anyone interested in a sponsorship for commercial activities, please scan the QR code on the screen. These sponsorship opportunities are a way for businesses and/or individuals to gain exposure in the community, to dedicate a specific facility or area within the district that holds a special place of remembrance, or even for an organization to assist the district in achieving its strategic goals. Before we start today, we would like to thank our JROTC for the amazing drone footage of the Plum Borough's football field. So without further ado, good evening Mustang Nation and welcome to today's broadcast. I'm Jake Bell and I'm joined here today by Landon Dunnick, Matt Diss, Tommy Marzina, Shane Genscher, Justina Ricchini, Matt Leone, and Mr. Todd Lavars. Today we face the Hampton Talbots in what will be an important conference game. After a thriller 23-21 win against Highlands, Plum, led by their head coach Matt Morgan, is looking to keep the momentum up as they push for the playoffs. However, Hampton, led by their head coach Jack DeMatteo, is currently undefeated and is looking to keep that up. The player to watch for the Mustangs is David Westrick, and while he only had 2 catches last week, he made the most out of them, totaling 75 yards and a touchdown. A player to watch for the Talbots is Benny Hasselrig, who will be a nice test for this Plum defense since he has a first-team All-Conference award as a receiver under his belt. As we start the game, what do you guys think of this matchup?
I think it's going to be a really good game for most of the game. I think Plum's got a lot of talented players on offense and defense, and obviously Hampton coming in undefeated.
I think the Mustangs can do pretty good this game, coming off their good win, 2-game winning streak, and but the what are they, Hampton Talbots? Yeah, they can. I see they play good ball. What are they, 6-0? Yeah, they're 6-0. So I think Mustangs are going to have a tough matchup here, but I think we can pull out and get a win.
Yeah, you know, the Mustangs, you know, even though they are 2-4, I think they have so much talent that they can give a 6-0 team a lot of tests, you know. Now conference games are in play. It's anyone's game. Plum is 2-1 in the conference, so anything's possible. I think they could easily make the playoffs here, but, you know, this is going to be a really nice test for them here.
Yeah, and if the Mustangs win this game, what place would they be in inside the conference?
Honestly, I am not sure.
They'd be up there, I know that. I think either second or maybe, I don't know, tied for first.
Yeah, absolutely. They would definitely be in the playoff hunt, I think, if they go 3-1 in the conference. So this is going to be a really fun matchup.
Yeah, this could put the Mustangs over the top here with this win. They could tie Hampton in the section here with this win tonight. So this is a big section game for Plum.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, but I believe if the Mustangs win today, they would end up leading Hampton just because they have that tiebreaker now. So whatever happens, you know, this is going to be a very big game, and it's going to be exciting to see.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see what, as you said, the player to watch for Plum Mustangs, David Westrick, coming off a big game. That sort of say game-winning touchdown or game-tying touchdown. I think that if he and maybe Samo Pitts or Logan Brooks could come out with good pressure, I think we can start out the first half maybe with a good lead and then go into the locker room. Coach talks about it, and then we can get out here with a win.
All right, so before the game starts, I'd like to go over some players who had a really great game last week. So Eric Moore had 112 yards on 21 carries, and he also had 2 touchdowns. But defensively, he had 17 tackles as well, so he was all over the field there. Logan Brooks last week had 67 yards on 5 receptions. You know, he's been contributing the passing game, getting a lot of receptions there. He also had 4 tackles, a sack, and a fumble recovery. And for Darian Nelson, the freshman, last week he had 35 yards on 3 receptions, and he has over 120 yards total this year. Samo Pitts also had a blocked punt, so even though he didn't do too much in the receiving game, he had a lot of impact on special teams. And Sean Franzi last week threw for a career-high 170 passing yards, and he also went 10 of 19, so he's really helpful to the win. I believe that's all, or my mistake, Angelo Boleno hit his 38-yard field goal to go up late in the fourth quarter last week. So I believe that was his farthest field goal. So, I mean, a lot of these people are doing really good things for us. So I think they have all the momentum in the world to go ahead and get a win here.
Yeah, I think tonight's going to be it's going to focus on Eric Moore and Darian Nelson. Those two are great out of the backfield, as well as Nick Odom, as we've seen all season. And Eric Moore's going to have a great game tonight, as he always does.
Yeah, I definitely like the versatility we have and the depth we have at each position. As you guys saw, the Mustangs ran on the field here, so looks like we're going to be starting very soon. It looks like the Mustangs are kind of doing their thing, all huddled up as they're about to run and kind of run through the banner here.
The Mustangs normally come out with an American flag. Number 4, Caden Thomas, now has a sledgehammer. Wonder what that's about.
Very interesting decision for Kate Thomas.
Either way, it's definitely another reason why there's a lot of home field advantage. Everyone's getting pumped up in front of their home crowd. You could see everyone at the student section trying to get all them pumped up. So it's really nice to see. I think they can use that for their momentum to start the game. All right, so before we start, I believe we have about 2 minutes left. Who do you guys think are going to be kind of like the impact performers of the game, or anyone you think will stand out particularly?
I think definitely Sean Franzi. He's going to be a good impact on today's game, saying that he had his career yardage last week. Maybe he can try to have another goal and break that for this year or for this week. Also, Eric Moore is definitely going to have a lot of rushing yards, as they started the game last week, running at the ball a lot. I think they might try that this week. I don't know if they're doing any trick plays like they normally did at the beginning of the season. So, yeah, those are the guys that I think are going to stand out for this week.
I think it's going to be the Swiss Army knife, Darian Nelson, all over the field, defense, offense. He hasn't had big-type games lately, but I think he's ready for an awakening here tonight against Hampton.
Yeah, you know, it's football. You never know who's going to stand out. So I'm interested to see what the Mustangs do here. And it looks like they are deciding who's going to kick it off and who's going to receive.
No, he's not on the field. He's not playing. It's on me. It's not me.
Long one is crossed and deferred to the second half. Hampton received the opening kickoff.
All right, so many of you folks might not know this at home, but it looks like Logan Brooks will be out this game. He does have an apparent shoulder injury, so.
Yeah, you can see him on the sideline. Shane's doing a good job zooming in on him. Logan did say, or not Logan, Landon did say that he had something wrong with his shoulder, so I hope that's nothing crucial, and he can be back next week.
And so it looks like the Mustangs are going to go underway. They did elect to kick it off here. So Angelo Beleno is getting the football down, and he's getting ready to kick it off here. And the kick will be underway. Not a bad kick. Received at the 25-yard line, and he's going to make a cut up the middle. He's going to get past the 40, or my apologies, he's going to get around the 40, right around the 39-yard line. So how do you think the Mustangs are going to open up on defense, guys? Do you think they'll keep the pressure going, or do you think they'll expect to pass more, kind of stay back?
I think the Mustangs come out with full pressure. see if they can stunt the Hampton, and maybe we can get the ball back. What do you think, Justina?
I think you're going to see a lot of pressure, a lot of blitz packages by the Mustangs here early.
He takes the snap. He is going to hand it off. He finds a hole up the middle, and he's going to get down for a first down past the 50. It looks like Caden Thomas will bring him down. So it looks like Hampton kind of has a lot of people in motion. You could see almost 2 guys, I believe, were about to get that carry, so something the Mustangs need to watch here.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to trick the Mustangs here.
And they are going to hand it off again, similar play style, and he's going to get near the first down, but I believe it will be a 2nd and short. And that was number 26, Christian Liberto. So he looks to be their main back here on this offense. It looks like Joey Meyer, number 9, will be under center for Hampton. Meyer takes the snap. They're going to hand it off to Liberto again. And he is going to get first down and much more down past the 30-yard line. Another big play. Looks like the Mustangs are going to have to adjust here. They do kind of go with an Army-style running game, and offense in particular, so something to kind of watch here.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to hammer the run here on the Mustangs. Looks like they're going to keep pounding the rock.
Looks like they have a receiver on the left, man in motion. Meyer will get the snap, give it off to Liberto again. About 5 yards on the carry, around the 20-yard line. You can see there, that's another tackle by Caden Thomas. Do you guys think he's going to be this much of a factor? As this is a new position for him, inside linebacker, so.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to be like the main tackler for the Mustangs. He's the anchor for this defense, so.
They're going to give it to Liberto again. He is going to get a couple yards, but I believe he stopped short for a 3rd down.
It is noticeable to see that Jordan Major is not out there tonight, the big number 77. That's a huge loss for the Mustangs, who really use his pressure up front to get to the quarterback and the running game.
Yeah, he has been very dominant the last few games that he did play, so it's really sad to see that he's not on the field here. Looks like they have a receiver on the left. Meyer takes the snap. They're going to give it to Liberto again, but the Mustangs are all over it. Cade Thomas with the tackle. And I believe that will set up for a field goal, so that was a nice job by the Mustangs there.
Looks like they might go for it here, actually.
Yeah, it looks like you're right, Justina. The offense isn't off the field. It does look like they are going to go for it. And you'd have to assume, though, that the Mustangs are just going to go all out on the run. They haven't thrown the ball much. I don't think they're going to do it here. They are going to hand it off to Liberto. And it looks like he might have gotten the first down, but some Mustangs think it's a turnover. So let's see what the call is here. They are going to call it a first down, so that will be first down Hampton.
I think we're going to need the Mustangs to have a big defensive stop here, especially up front in the run game. They're hammering them right now.
Yeah, and football is a game of inches, and that was pretty much an inch away from being a 4th down turnover. They're going to hand it off to Liberto again, who finds a hole up the middle, but he will not get the first down, but he is past the 10-yard line.
Hampton's doing a good job here running the ball. If I were them, I'd keep doing it. Never don't fix something that's not broken.
Yeah, you know, they definitely have an interesting offense. A lot of people are in motion. It does remind me of the Army's offense, like I mentioned earlier, kind of trying to trick the defenders. And Meyer takes the snap, and they're going to hand it off, and he's going to find a lane over to the right, but he will get stopped short. And that was number 22, Brock Borgo, on the carry. That was the first carry he got. They kind of gave it to Liberto a lot, but on the read, it looked like Borgo was the right call there.
We need to see a big stop here from the Mustangs. They're on the 3-yard line here. They need to stand tall on defense.
Looks like they're going to sell out for the run here, I believe. And it is a botched snap, but the quarterback will hang on, and he's trying to evade the pressure, running to the left, and it looks like he will get in for a touchdown.
What a wild run by the quarterback there for Hampton.
Yeah, I thought once they botched that snap, I thought that was going to be a sack, maybe down at the 20-yard line or so, but he was able to avoid the pressure, was able to get a touchdown out of that. There's nothing to really do. That's just an amazing play.
That play looked like it was going to be blown up dead real quick there, Jake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of excited there, but it looks like Brock Borga, who was on offense earlier, will kick the extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good, so it will be 7-0 Hampton with an early lead.
By my angle up here, it looked like the Mustangs had a perfect opportunity for that tackle, but it just was unacceptable. Or it just didn't happen. I don't know what happened, or if they didn't read the play right or something like that.
Yeah, I think the quarterback just had so much speed and acceleration. You know, he was able to get to that left corner, and there was just no stopping him. Not too much you can blame on the defense. It wasn't like a busted coverage or anything. It was kind of like a freak thing that happened. So I'm kind of excited to see how the Mustangs will respond on offense.
Yeah, that was just a great play by Hampton right there on offense. Quarterback caught the ball and escaped the pressure for the touchdown.
All right, so as the Mustangs get this kickoff here, how do you think they're going to open up on offense? Do you think they're going to run the ball with Eric Moore, or do you think they're going to look in the passing game, try to get something big real quick?
I think the Mustangs are going to try to do the same thing they did last year with high pressure on the run game with Eric Moore. But if that's not going to work, then I think that they're going to try to find either David Westrick or Samo Pitts out far with a pass.
I think they're going to open up the pass a little here. They're down 7-0 early, but I think right now for Plum, it's a good thing not to panic and to focus on your game plan on offense right now.
Yeah, you know, you want to take a drive at a time, and I think that's what the Mustangs are going to do here. As the kick is underway, it will be a squib kick, and he is going to go down. Just make sure he has it. And that was number 3 there for the Mustangs, Jack Tondrel.
Number 3, Jack Tondrel, he downs it right there. Mustangs will take over 1st and 10.
Now as the Mustangs are underway, looks like they are going to be right around the 35-yard line. So not bad field position on the squib kick there.
Yeah, the Mustangs will start out in great field position here with Sean Frangie at quarterback.
Yeah, it looks like, I believe, Kate Thomas will be there on the left with Samo Pitts and David Westrick. It looks like Eric Moore in the backfield. As Franzie takes the snap, they're going to give it to Pitts real quick. He's going to find some space, and he has a first down out right around the 50-yard line. Nice play by the Mustangs.
Yeah, you got to get Samo Pitts in the motion there. He's a great, very skilled player, so any way you can get him the ball is a good way to get him the ball.
Yeah, you know, he averages like, what, 25 yards per catch? And honestly, that play right there was amazing. But that's not his average, so he's capable of doing much more. So I'm really excited to see that. Looks like Eric Moore will be in the backfield again. Franzie takes the snap. They're going to try to pass it quick, but Franzie sees nothing, and he is going to try to run for as much as he can. Might have gone a yard there. And that will be a 2nd and long.
Great tackle there by Hampton. That might have been, was that number 56 for Hampton?
Yeah, I believe so. It was Logan Schwartz on the tackle. It looks like they're trying to get the play call set up here. Samo Pitts is double teamed here. That's something we haven't seen very often, and I know there's a reason why, obviously. He's such a big playmaker. And they are going to jump, and they're going to call a flag. I wonder if this is neutral zone.
Yeah, that looks like it's...
I think that was.
Yeah, because I didn't see a false start there. The refs are discussing it here. It was offsides on the defense, so Mustangs will get even better position here. Looks like they'll have a receiver on the left, 3 on the right. And Francie awaits the snap here. Francie takes the snap. They're going to hand it off to Eric Moore, who finds some space. He's going to get the first down and much more down around the 35-yard line.
Eric Moore kept those legs churning right there. He wasn't going to be brought down by these Hampton defenders.
Yeah, and that's not a knock on the Hampton defenders. You know, not many guys are going to take him down with just one tackle there. It looks like Westrick and Thomas will be out there on the right. Pitts and Nelson on the left. Francie awaits the snap here. He does get the snap, looking to throw. They're going to give it to Cade Thomas, who drops it, and it will not be picked off. It is an incomplete pass.
It looked like that just went off Cade Thomas' hands there. It didn't look like that was a particularly bad throw. It looked a little high, though.
Yeah, the throw definitely could have been better, but definitely catchable. So, you know, you can't blame one person or the other. It's just, you know, you just got to get in rhythm here. I don't know about you guys, but I think Eric Moore is so tall for a running back. It looks like he's the tallest guy on the field sometimes.
Yeah, it sometimes does feel like that.
Francis takes the snap. They're going to give it to Moore on the draw. Tries to find some space up the middle. Makes a nice cut. Still not down. And he's going to get brought down after around a gain of 7. So it will be a 3rd and short. It looks like they're going to bring Westrick all the way on the far left.
You might see him using this play this first time. He looks like he's out wide as a receiver.
Yeah, and he is getting pressed, so if he makes a nice move, you never know. Francie will take the snap, give it to Eric Moore again. He's going to try to get the first down, and I believe he does, and much more, down right around the 21-yard line.
That's some great running right there by Eric Moore. He has been dominating the Hampton defense so far throughout this game.
Yeah, you know, you can use him anywhere. He has such great versatility. He's a nice power back. You can run him up the middle. He's super fast, so you can have him go on the outside. There's just unlimited things you can do with him. It will be a 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line. They have a man in motion. That's Cade Thomas. Francis takes the snap, and they will give it to Eric Moore, who tries to power his way for a few yards. There will be a 2nd and around medium.
Didn't look like Hampton was having that one right there. It looked like they were ready for him that time.
Yeah, you know, Eric Moore is someone you just got to keep your eye on, and Hampton did a nice job on that play, adjusting, and were able to get that stop. Looks like the Mustangs will have 3 receivers on the right again, so interesting formation here. And Francis takes the snap. He's looking to throw, and that's to Mo Pitts. Finds some space on the right, and he gets around a couple yards there on the play. And that was Joey Meyer who brought him down. He is the quarterback, so just like Plum, Hampton uses a lot of their offensive players on defense.
Yeah, it looks like they switch him up every once in a while on defense and offense. Plum does that too with Sean Franzi as the punter for the team, so a little mix of both.
Yeah, and speaking of bringing people out, it looks like Don Byer will be there as the running back, so let's see what the Mustangs do here. Then they are going to have 3 on the left, 1 on the right in terms of receivers. Franzi will take the snap. He is looking to throw, but he finds a lane up the middle, and he gets down just before the first down marker. So it will be a 4th and short, so let's see if the Mustangs go for it or if they are going to settle for the field goal. It looks like Eric Moore is brought back in, so I think they might go for it here.
Yeah, it looks like they might go for it here. 4th and 4. This is always a tough decision early in the game.
Yeah, and you know, Hampton is 6-0. You don't want to get into any deficit, so I don't blame the Mustangs for taking their shot here because they're going to be down either way. Looks like they'll have 2 receivers on the left here. Branson takes the snap, and it is going to be called dead. It could have been an early jump on Hampton's defense, but I could be wrong. My apologies. It is going to be a false start on the Mustangs, so that is going to bring them back a little bit. Now, do you guys think they're going to go for the field goal here? They are brought back pretty far.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for the field goal.
Yeah, and you are correct, as they are going to bring in the freshman, Angelo Boleno, to make this kick here. You have number 12, Anthony Futoles, who's going to be the holder here. And he is going to line up. Not an easy field goal to make here. And the kick is up, and it is going to be no good. So the score will remain 7-0 Hampton with the lead. You know, I don't know about you guys, but there was a lot of like on that offensive drive. You know, the Mustangs were driving down the field. They made it from the 35 all the way to around the 21-yard line. So they got a lot of chunky yards there. It's just they couldn't finish the job. And, you know, it happens. You just got to focus on the next defensive possession.
Yeah, I think for the Mustangs, that was a good offensive drive for them. But I think the false start penalty on them really set them back there.
Yeah, you know, I like the play call. They ran a draw with Eric Moore. It didn't look like they expected it, and unfortunately it was called back. So it looks like Meyer will be under center again. Man in motion. They're going to give it off to Borgo again, who finds some space around the right, but it's going to get shut down quickly. What a tackle by number 6.
I think that was Samo Pitts that had that tackle there.
Yeah, you're right. I did read the number wrong. That was Samo Pitts on the tackle. Great play. It will be 2nd and long.
That was a tremendous play by Samo Pitts. Not only is he a great offensive player, it looks like he can be used on defense quite well as a slot corner right here.
Yeah, you know, he does have the height for it. I don't think anyone's going to get past him. And the quarterback's going to keep it himself. That's Meyer. And the lane's going to be shut down quick. Another great play. That's number 24, Deonta Finley.
Gain 1, 3rd down, 4.
It looks like it is going to be 3rd and 5 here. Looks like they're going to have similar formation here as they've been running. They do have a receiver far left, and I believe that is number 5, Benny Hesselrig. He's a big playmaker, so, and they are going to go with him here. He catches the slant, and he will get the first and much more. Down right around the 45-yard line.
And that was a great throw and catch there by Hampton. We haven't really expected that. They haven't thrown the ball really at all up until this point.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of surprising for everyone. It's not a shocker to see him open because I'm pretty sure they sold out for the run. So, you know, that stuff's going to happen. It's just the offense they run. It looks like they are going to have a similar formation here. Borgo in motion, and Meyer's going to keep it himself. He tries to find a lane up the middle. He's going to get down for a 2nd and long. That was Darian Nelson on the tackle.
That was a great tackle there by Darian Nelson. He's going to have a huge game tonight for the Mustangs. He's a Swiss Army knife on offense and defense.
Yeah, you know, it's worked to the Mustangs' favor so far, you know, keeping your best playmakers on the field. And I believe that was going to be the last play of the first quarter as there's 10 seconds remaining. All right, so now the first quarter is officially over. What do you guys think of the Mustangs so far? How do you think they played?
I think they played fairly well. I think defense has struggled a bit, but I think they still have a good chance in this game.
And Shane, you just got on the headset here, so what do you think of the Mustangs so far?
I think the offense has played strong, even though they didn't score on the first drive. I think they just are doing good on offense. I mean, they need to pick it up on defense, but yeah, offense is a positive.
Yeah, you know, and Mustangs did have their flashes of greatness on defense. You can see those huge tackles there. Just third down has been critical for Hampton. They've been able to deliver on most occasions, so, you know, they're going to have to adjust to that. And right now we have Johnny Ionu who's joining us on the headset. Johnny, how do you think the Mustangs have been playing so far?
Offensively, I would have to say they need to. They're doing a good job establishing the run game. Passing wise, I think it's there. I think Sean Franzi is making good reads. I think it's just a couple small things that they need to lock down on, and I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, you know, the Mustangs are a strong team, so I have full confidence they'll come back in this game.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. These two teams are really, really strong in the running game.
They have Borgo in motion. And Meyer's going to take the snap. They're going to hand it off to a new player. I believe that's number 23, Jaden Resch on the carry. No, I apologize. That's number 28, Jacob Premick on the carry. So I believe he's their fullback. And he did get a first down there.
Yeah, it looks like they use a lot of different running backs here. It looks like they just have we have a lot of depth here as the Mustangs at the running back position, but looks like they have a lot of depth too at that position.
It looks like Meyer will take the snap. They're going to give it to Liberto. And he's going to find a space up the middle and much more. He is going to get the first down right around the 35. Yeah, it was Jack Tonjo on the tackle there.
Liberto's had a big game so far running the ball. He looks to be their #1 running back, feature running back here for this team.
Yeah, and you do appear to be right. I believe he has the most carries so far in this game. Looks like they're going to have a similar formation again. No one on the far left or right, so it looks like they probably will run the ball. And they do. They're going to give it to Premick, who has some space up the middle and much more. He makes a spin move down right around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Hampton looks like they have a stronger running game than Highlands last week. They just keep running the ball and they keep getting big plays.
Yeah, and the thing about that is that I know Highlands has had a good running back core. I know they have their 2 senior running backs, and last week we put them to a pretty small game at running. So hopefully we can turn it around here in the second quarter and do the same.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, we'll see that a lot as they give it again to Premick, who's going to get a couple yards on the play, but not much more.
Those are the type of plays you like to see stop the run.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that kind of establish your defensive line, and your defensive line is probably the most important part of a defensive side of a running game. If your big guys up front aren't getting the push back, then that leads to your second line of defense, and sometimes that's not always there.
Yeah, Plum's going to have to stand tall here on defense. Hampton looks to be running the ball, looks like 95% of the time.
They're going to hand it off. That's Liberto on the carry. And I believe he was stopped short for a first down, but we'll see what the line judges say.
Yeah, looks to be a bit short here. Looks like we're going to be third and very short.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if it's... Oh, it is 3rd and 3, so still a little bit of yards to go, but not very many. It looks like they're just going to have one back here. Meyer will take the snap. That's Liberto. He's going to try to make a spin move, and he does get the first down. That will be inside the 5-yard line, I believe, so it's going to be 1st and goal.
Yep, the defense has to stand tall here, stop the run, and
that is Liberto. Let's see if they got the touchdown. I believe he was stopped short.
Yeah,
though.
I think they stopped him short.
Looks like he'll be down at the 1-yard line.
That was a nice stop by the Mustangs. We'll see if they can do that a couple more times here.
2nd and goal here on the 1.
Looks like they'll have one back again. And that's Liberto, and he is going to get in for a touchdown. So it'll be 13-0 Hampton to start the game. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I think that was just great execution by Hampton. They didn't need to run the ball, or excuse me, they didn't need to throw the ball, and they were just able to get a lot of their yardage on the run. They were able to make a lot of nice play calls, and unfortunately, they did get the touchdown there.
Yeah, it looks like they are a run-heavy team, which is something Plum's going to have to plan for going into the late parts of this first half.
Yeah, and something else that when you're real one-sided, when you're run-heavy and it's working, not only is that good for your offense in the run game, but that opens up a lot of passing game when the run is starting to get figured out maybe by the Mustangs defense starting late in maybe the second or first half and maybe into the second half. That I think they might have passed the ball probably 3 times now in the whole first, and with 8 minutes to go left in the second. And with your run-heavy offense, that opens up a lot of passing routes and a lot of that kind of stuff, because Mustangs will probably bring more players into the box, including some linebackers and maybe some DNs. And now that they know that they're a run-heavy team, they're going to be blitzing a lot of guys. So that's going to leave a lot of guys open on the passing game. I'm interested to see how they attack that approach.
Yeah, it looks like Plum is going to have to send a lot of blitz packages going forward, because it looks like I think they should rely on Eric Moore and Darian Nelson back there in the backfield for the secondary, because they need to put pressure on their running backs.
Since the kick was good by Borgo, it is 14-0 as Hampton kicks it off here.
Yeah, this is a big drive for Plum. They got to get on the board here.
And I wonder if they're going to squib it here again. I guess we'll see. Looks like the referees are clarifying some things before we kick it off here. Borgo, make sure everyone's ready. The kick is underway. It is another squib kick. And David Westrick's going to get the ball, and he is going to take it out, trying to get something here. And he runs backwards a little bit, but there will be a flag.
That looks like that's going to be on Hampton right there.
Yeah, I believe you are right.
Yeah, I didn't see any penalties on Hampton or any of our team.
Looks like the penalty came after the tackle of Westrick. Might have been an illegal tackle.
I guess we'll see here.
Referees figuring out.
Looks like they are clarifying with the coaches.
Well, it's on us.
Yeah, it is on the Mustangs, so.
It was an illegal block by the Mustangs.
Went too low there on the block. That was a chop block. Referees have called that.
So they will be brought back pretty far, right around, I believe, the 14, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right here. They're going to be back up to the 14.
It's not very ideal here, but with the amount of talent you have on offense, anything's possible. I feel confident the Mustangs get on the board, even with this unadvantage here.
Yeah, I think for Sean Ferrante, you're going to need to see the playbook open up for the passing game.
Yeah, we got to get the passing game going.
And Francie will take the snap, and they will give it to Eric Moore, who tries to find some space. And he does fight forward, so turning what was not the greatest gain into around 4 yards, I believe.
Yeah, it's a lot of fight there by Eric Moore. After being stuffed, he still got a manageable 4 or 5 yards there on the first down carry.
Yeah, that was a great run. Fighting for extra yards.
And they will have, I believe, Darian Nelson all alone on the far right of your screen, so see if they look to him here. Branson takes the snap. They're going to give it to Eric Moore again, who tries to find some space, and he is going to get the first down and much more, down right around the 35-yard line.
That's a spectacular run right there by Eric Moore. He's going to need to do more of that for the Mustangs, as he looks to be right on his game tonight.
And they are going to take him out. I believe they are putting in Nicholas Odom, so let's see if he'll get a couple carries here.
Yeah, it looks like they're giving Eric Moore a breather.
Yeah, like I said before with the Talbots, I mean, when you're running good on offense, that opens up a lot of things in the passing game, and hopefully with Eric Moore doing good here in the first half, maybe they'll be able to find some holes in the defense passing wise.
Yeah, and so Hampton will use a timeout. I believe it's their first.
Yeah.
So they will have 2 more left.
I think Plum's got to open up the passing game here. When you have David Westrick, I know you're missing Logan Brooks tonight. He's a big wide receiver, but you have Samo Pitts, who's great yards per catch, and Nelson and David Westrick. I think you got to open up the passing attack here for Sean Franzi.
Yeah, kind of use last year's Steelers playbook. You know, give in the hands of your playmakers, let them do great things. And fortunately for the Mustangs, they have a lot of them, and a lot of them aren't even on the field. So, you know, they have a lot of depth, and, you know, there's a lot they can use here on offense. It looks like both teams will get back on the field, so we should get started very soon. And despite the breather, they are going to keep Eric Moore off for this play, so Nick Odom will be on the field as the running back. And they will have 3 people on the left, 1 on the right. Franzi waits the snap, and he will get it, looking to throw. And he is going to go deep for Westrick. And he's going to make the catch. That's a first down past the 35-yard line.
That's a tremendous play by Westrick. That's exactly what we needed right now at this point in the game.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that we were seeing last week from David Westrick, and another big one right here.
Yeah, you know, he's kind of all reliable. Whenever you need him to make a great play, he does. And, you know, even if he doesn't get a touchdown, that's such an important play there. And they will bring Eric Moore back in. But it looks like they're going to have number 13, Anthony Irwin, as receiver.
Yeah, he's played his fair share of receiver this year. Looks to be a talented sophomore for the future.
I believe he does play cornerback, too. So, again, more versatility. It looks like Franzu will take the snap here. And they're going to hand it off to Eric Moore, who's going to get down for a loss of yards.
Like Johnny said on that, he said finding holes in the defense. And I think we found a hole on the defense on that one play to David.
Yeah, I agree, Shane. And that was Gabe Ganley on the tackle there.
That play was blown up in the backfield very quickly by the Hampton defense.
Yeah, and it will be a 2nd and 14 here. So a lot of yards to kind of cover here. And he will take the snap. It's a high snap, but there's not much he can do there but take the sack. So it will be 3rd and long.
It has appeared there's been a few high snaps tonight, which may be throwing off Franzi's timing a bit.
Yeah, and you know, that was, like those few times, like you said, that was good by Francie. They keep under control. There, it was just a little too high. There's nothing he could do but just go down. Just don't fumble it.
5-yard loss.
Yeah, and I feel right now that we need to throw the ball because it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, and they will bring Don Byer out. So I believe he is the 3rd down back. So it looks like he can contribute a lot in the passing game.
Yeah, I'd be looking at big Samo Pitts here, right next to us here in the corner.
And they are going to look to throw. Francis is looking deep, but he's going to try scramble. Won't get anything there, and it is going to be a 4th and long.
I mean, you have to go for it on 4th and long right here because down 14-0. I don't think Hampton's going to let up.
Yeah, and that was number 43, Gabe Harris, on the 4th down, or on the 3rd down stop, so it will be 4th down. Francie will remain on the field as he looks to punt the ball.
Yeah, we need to see a good punt here by Francie, pin them deep in their zone.
And he's capable of doing that, I think, and I guess we'll see here. It is another high snap, but Francie does get the punt underway.
Looks like the Hampton Talbots may have got a hand on that one.
Yeah, they might have, but if they did, it looks like it was in Mustang's favor as it is down in between the 10 and 15-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great punt by Francie, under control once again with the high snap and made sure that punt went off.
Yeah, you know, whenever you're not in the worst field position yourself, you want to get that punt inside, you know, the 15 or so. You don't want to force a touchback. And I believe there is going to be a penalty on the punt there.
Just trying to figure out what the penalty was. Yeah, so we get automatic first down. Well, we think it's roughing the passer on the punter, so I think we will get an automatic first down here.
Looks like the Mustangs might get the ball back here.
Yeah, that's big. That's really big for the Mustangs.
Yeah, they really needed something to help get them some points here in the end of the second half, or first half, excuse me.
Hampton takes over 1st and 10 at their 13.
Oh, I believe it was on the Mustangs. So it looks like they are going to decline the penalty, I believe, unless it was on Hampton and they made a nice punt there. I'm not really sure, but I believe it is on Hampton, actually, because they are going to keep the ball where it was before. So I don't know if it was roughing the punter. The Mustangs get an automatic first down. I don't know if that was the call or if the rules changed, or I'm honestly not sure, but it is going to be 1st and 10 on the 13 for Hampton.
Looks like the Mustangs are matching up in man right here.
They're going to hand it off to Liberto, who's going to find some space on the right for about 5 yards. And he was brought down by Eric Moore.
Yeah, Eric Moore's gonna. He's a great runner on offense, but he is also a very key player on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and you love to see that speed on defense, as there is a flag on the field, and it will be a face mask against the Mustangs, so it's going to give Hampton a good chunk of yards here.
Yeah, I think the Mustangs need to control the penalties a little bit better. It's they've given Hampton Talbot's better field position right now.
Yeah, especially that face mask. That was a 15-yard gain and a first down, so something you don't want to see. Myers trying to make the defense jump. It looks like Hampton's trying to figure out what play they're going to run here. And Meyer takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Liberto, who finds some space up the middle, but it is kind of quickly filled up, and it will be a 3rd down. Or, my apologies, 2nd down.
And that was a great tackle there by the Mustangs. Looks like he only got about 3 yards.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to give up like 4 yards or better, and that 3 yards is less than 4, so, you know, that's always something good you want to see.
2nd down, 7.
How much is it?
It looks like they are going to have 2 people in the backfield here.
I thought we were supposed to bring money for it.
And Meyer's going to hand it off to Borgo's, trying to find some space, but it's going to get quickly shut down.
Do I have to go get pizza? I'm going to get the pizza.
And that was brought down by Shandon Walsh there.
Yeah, that looked like it was a big gang tackle by the Mustangs. Looked like they all rallied to the ball. That's what they're going to have to do here. They're going to have to make sure everyone follows the ball, because they're going to, looks like Hampton's going to be running the ball all night long.
Yeah, you know, and that has been a strength of them so far, but it is going to be a 3rd and long. And they will have 2 people in the backfield, Borgo in motion. Meyer takes the snap. He is looking to throw. He's scrambling off to the right, trying to find something, and he just has to get out of bounds there. So it will be a 4th down. Huge stop by the Mustangs.
That's going to be great pressure there by Shannon Walsh.
And so we have Landon Dunnick joining us for the first time. Landon, what do you think of the game so far? How do you think the Mustangs need to do to come back?
Well, the Mustangs defense been doing a good job, so I just think that the offense has been doing a good job. That catch by David Westrick was a great catch, put us in some great in a great area. So if the offense and defense can stick together and just kind of keep playing the way that they are, then we should be able to come back from this.
And the punt is underway. It's not a bad-looking punt there, and it looks like they are going to let it go. It's going to be down right around the 30-yard line, so they kind of flip field there. Not a bad punt.
Yeah, the Mustangs are going to have to. It feels like the Mustangs need points here on this drive here to make sure that this game stays close at halftime.
Yeah, and you know, that's what they are going to look to do. There is 3 minutes left in the second quarter, so we're going to see them expand their playbook here, try to get some big plays going.
I'd expect to see a heavy dosage of Darian Nelson, as I said before the broadcast started, would be an impact player. I think he's going to need to see the ball more often. They haven't really given the ball that much on offense so far.
I'm hoping to see if the Mustangs can do a good job here. Maybe we can get a touchdown, have the good momentum going into the locker room, and then we can come out the locker room great with having the kick, and we'll have the good momentum. Maybe score a touchdown in the second half, and then we'll be tied at this game.
That was a very good carry for Eric Moore for 8 yards, and it will be second and short.
Yeah, you might see Coach Morgan here use a few of his timeouts because of only 2:40 left on the clock.
Yeah, you know, and they aren't in too much of a rush. They do have plenty of time. It looks like they're showing blitz a little bit. Francie will take the snap. They're going to give it to Eric Moore again, who's going to pound his way for a first down and much more. Find some space on the left, and he's going to get past the 30 for a huge first down play for the Mustangs.
That's a huge play by the Mustangs, but even more important, he got out of bounds on that play. Stop the clock, save the timeout for the Mustangs.
Yeah, you know, and if they could get a touchdown very quick here, get a real quick stop, you know, this might not be the last drive for Plum on offense here in the first half. It looks like they are going to have 4 people out as receivers. Hampton kind of showing blitz. Francie will take the snap. They're going to give it to Odom. He's going to get a yard or 2 on the play.
Yeah, they snuffed that out very quickly there by Nick Odom. Hasn't really ran the ball that much. Looks like Hampton knows how to work with him.
Yeah, you know, he is a freshman, I believe, so, you know, it's nice to see him getting a lot of workload, especially whenever Eric Moore was out for a little bit with an injury. So, you know, you definitely have confidence whenever Odom has the ball.
This game's moving so fast.
It looks like they're going to have similar formation here. Francie takes the snap. He's looking to throw, and he is going to have Darian Nelson, who makes the catch, and he does get the first down and much more. And he's going to be tackled inside the 5-yard line. Another big play by the Mustangs.
That's a tremendous play by the Mustangs. Darian Nelson, very, very good impact player. He's only a freshman, and he's already playing very well.
Yeah, you know, I agree. He made a big play. It looked like he was about to get only 5 there, but he was able to find some space, get a first down, and much more. Interesting here, the Mustangs will have 3 receivers very close to each other on the right. Wonder if they're going to set up for a block in the run game. And they are going to hand it off to Eric Moore, who's going to try to pound his way. He's going to get a few yards there on the play.
Yeah, it looks like he stopped at the 2-yard line, it appears, 2 or the 1-yard line.
There are 52 seconds left. I wonder if you think that Matt Morgan would use one of his timeouts here.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised he hasn't used a timeout yet. He has, I believe he has 3 timeouts.
But honestly, since they're so close to the goal line, they could take their time, you know. They're not in the biggest rush, even though they are in a little bit. But you're so close, there's only going to be 3 more downs at the most, so. It looks like they are going to be bunched together. And the play is called dead.
I think it's going to be a timeout on Hampton.
You are correct, Tommy, as it is going to be a timeout on Hampton, so they will burn their second timeout.
Yeah, that's a wise decision there by Hampton. It looked like Plum was surging down the field. They got to stop the momentum.
I agree.
Yeah, and they are on the 1-yard line, so they're so close yet so far, so anything could happen. And I'm kind of excited to see what the Mustangs do. Maybe they'll give a quick handoff. Maybe they'll trust their running game to go a long handoff with Eric Moore. They have so many options here at second and goal.
Yeah, I think Eric Moore's been doing extremely well tonight. It's just you got to make sure your offensive line blocks very well to make sure that the line pushes through.
Yeah, this is a very fast-paced game. so far. Like first two quarters have been flying by. I think it's because of the running game, to be honest.
Yeah, Hampton has ran the ball a lot in this game. I think that's why they've been churning the clock all game.
Yeah, and other than Eric Moore getting on the sideline, I don't think many have gotten out of bounds, so the clock has been running due to the running backs having to get tackled down, so I'm not surprised that it is a fast-paced game. Looks like the Mustangs will be bunched, and they are going to fake the handoff. Franzi's looking to throw, and he has Don Byer wide open for a touchdown. That's the Mustangs' first touchdown of the game. What a play.
That's a great piece of trickery there by Matt Morgan, doing a rollout there with Don Byer and Sean Franzi. They were anticipating the run, and they got a pass.
Yeah, that was a great play overall. Not running. I mean, they tricked them into throwing that.
Yeah, and Angelo Bueno will be here for the PAT.
This is huge. Plum is now a one-possession game now with Hampton.
Yeah, and Plum does receive the ball in the second half, so that is a huge touchdown there. And Bueno will kick it, and it is going to be good, so the Mustangs will be only down by a touchdown. 21 seconds left for the first half.
Great play there from Franzi to Byer, and the cherry on top by Angelo Bueno.
Yeah,
I agree, Tommy. Sorry, Joe.
No, you're good, Shane. Yeah, that definitely was. Now it is a one-possession game. Most likely, Hampton's not going to get anything more than a field goal here. So with the Mustangs receiving the ball in the second half, they could easily tie this game up before you know it, and which is a good thing to say there, as they were down 14-0 early.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Hampton just sort of takes a knee here to finish out the half with only 20 seconds. They don't really throw the ball that much, so it's not like they're going to make it down the field very quickly.
Yeah, I agree with you. They're just, I think they're just going to run out the clock and look to stop Plum, but I don't think Plum's going to stop, and I think Plum's going to get back into this game. I mean, I think they're going to come out strong next half.
Yeah, and if I'm the Mustangs, I wouldn't rule out them trying to get something going here, because as I mentioned in the intro, Benny Hasselreg has been an all-conference player. He has won that award, so they're not just going to totally disband him from the offense, so you never know, they might get him going. It looks like Bueno is going to kick it off. It is going to be a line drive kick. It is going to be in the hands of Borgo, I believe, who is going to try to take this past the 35, right around the 38, I believe.
Brought down by number 4, Caden Thomas.
That was Cade Thomas on the tackle here. He's been all over the field, both on defense and special teams.
Yeah, he has been arguably the Mustangs' best player on defense so far, tackling everyone he sees and making sure he doesn't miss tackles.
And as I believe we mentioned last week, that's a tough transition to make from defensive end to inside linebacker. Those are totally different positions. So it's nice to see Thomas adjust to that well and play a fantastic inside linebacker.
Yeah, with 14 seconds left here, I don't think they're going to get many plays. I think one or two at most.
And the play is going to be called.
I think it's going to be a timeout for the Mustangs here.
Yeah, it looks like the Mustangs only had one safety back there. It looked like Hampton was going to throw the ball there. It looks like they might have had a good play there.
Yeah, I think we called that timeout to just get reset, because I think Hampton, was going to throw the ball there.
Yeah, they definitely wanted to get their defense specialized for that, because as Justino said, there was one safety back there. So it looks like the Mustangs are just going to call a timeout, prepare for that pass. And since they are in great field position, I'm not surprised to see them try to at least get a field goal here. And there are just under 12 seconds, around 11 seconds here. So let's see what Hampton does here and how the Mustangs are going to prepare.
I think they're obviously preparing for a passing play here with 11 seconds left. I at first thought they were just going to run, but I think since Plum gets the ball back at the beginning of the half, I think they're going to try just some play, just to throw the ball here.
Yeah, I think they might go for a deep pass here. Since Plum does get the ball to start the second half, as you stated, Shane.
Yeah, they definitely are going to want to make it a two-possession game. And they are going to look to throw. Myers looking deep. He's going to try to scramble up the middle, and he will get a first down past midfield around the 42-yard line, I believe. And the clock is going to stop at 4 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like here either Hampton's going to do a Hail Mary for the end zone, or we haven't really seen the quarterback's arm that much. It doesn't appear he's throwing very far, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a passing play there, but I don't think he found any targets, so he just decided to run with it.
Yeah, and I believe the farthest pass they did make on offense was a slant to Hesselrig, so I guess we'll see the Mustangs test out the quarterback's arm here. It looks like they are in the formation to do so, to make some kind of deep play here.
Yeah. Plum does have two safeties back there, Eric Moore and Sean Franzi.
Yeah, since this is the last play, they're just playing to not get it in the end zone, try to do whatever they can to stop them, even if they do get the catch here. Meyer will take the snap. He is looking to throw. He rolls off right, tries to make a move, and he's not down yet. Trying to get as much as he can, but he will get stopped down, and that will end the half.
There is a flag there on the field there, Jake.
I don't know if he's not finding targets or if he's just scared to throw the ball on against our defense.
There is a flag on the field, it appears.
The flag is picked up at halftime. Hampton 14, Mustang 7.
Wow, that's a first down for Hampton. I don't even know what the penalty was.
I mean, it doesn't matter there. That will end the half. So as halftime approaches, it is a 14-7 game. Hampton is 6-0. The Mustangs are 2-4. So some people may have expected this because of their conference records, but a lot of people probably haven't. So how do you guys think the Mustangs have been doing to be able to keep in this game to hopefully come away with a win?
I think the Mustangs have fared very well so far. They've been running the ball. They've been matching Hampton almost toe-to-toe for the first, for the last second of the second half. But I think right now for the Mustangs, it's playing as well as they've had been doing on defense. They were doing very good in the second quarter.
I think the Mustangs did a great job running the ball with Eric Moore. I think he has I don't even know how many rushing yards, but I know he has a lot. They did a great play with David Westrick there towards about halfway through the second quarter. And I think they're doing a great job on defense, stopping the run game. They did have a little trouble at the start of the game, but I think they're really recoiling and doing a good job right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think the offense and defense both have been playing great this whole entire first half. And if they keep it up going into the second half, I think they will 100% win this game because Hampton's offense is becoming pretty predictable. And if our defense can stop them, we're going to win this game.
These sponsorship opportunities are a way for businesses and or individuals to gain exposure in the community, to dedicate a specific facility or area within the district that holds a special place of remembrance, or even for an organization to assist the district in achieving its strategic goals. And as the Hampton band comes out for the halftime show, that will conclude the first half. Hampton 14, Mustang 7.
Trumpet soloist was Zach Harrington. Center snare drum solos were performed by Fanny Kettler. The flute duet was performed by Riley Howard and Eileen Lynn. The vocal duet was performed by Brooks Brady and Leah McConnell. The brass feature included Henry Yates, Zach Harrington, Brennan Wesley, Kathy Sykes, Brittany Towers, Kai Suyama, Ben Ritz, Aiden Shoemaker, Alex Dowling, Adam Mitchell, Adam Larson, and Brennan Frank. Dance team captains and soloists are Haley Donnelly, Molly Karam, and Paula Ott. Color guard captains are Abby Harold, Brecken Himmler, and Abby Kirsch. With rifle solos by Brecken Himmler, Abby Harold, and Bree Hayes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the Plum Mustang Marching Band to the field. The band is under the direction of Bethany Leary with assistant directors Megan Maseko and Noah Kilgan. The band front is excellently coached by Jessica Clark, Danielle Mink, Laura Delvecchio, Demi Costa, and Joellen Wiles. Our 2021 field show, Darkness Takes the Stage, will take you on a thrilling journey through the night. Tonight, you will hear selections from Phantom of the Opera, Time Warp from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Suddenly Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors, and Dancing Through Life and Defying Gravity from Wicked. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy as the Mustang Marching Band takes the stage. From this season. your tickets ready? The winning ticket is number 648-376. Again, 648-376. You can come up to the press box to claim your prize. The winning amount is $410 tonight.
All right, so after another amazing performance by our band, it looks like we are going to start the second half very shortly. And also, we have a very special guest, someone you guys have heard for the past couple years now, Evan Smith. So, Evan, what do you think about the game so far?
Well, I can hear the jeering for my name coming from everybody's houses right now, but I'll be honest, I wasn't able to get here until just before halftime. I saw that first score for the Mustangs. Well, kind of. I saw the ending of it, so I don't know exactly what happened. For the year, though, it's definitely a different team than we saw last year with those senior turnover. But the last couple of weeks, they seem to be getting on a bit of a roll, so it's interesting to see how they are going forward.
All right, so Justina, what do you think of the Mustangs so far?
I think they've been pretty good so far throughout the game. Lots of Eric Moore so far. He's been running the ball. He might have over 100 rushing yards right now in the game, but I also think you're going to have to see Darian Nelson, David Westrick get involved because they are very talented.
Yeah, and they have made some huge plays so far, as we've seen. And Tommy, how do you think the Mustangs have been playing so far?
They've done a great job on offense, running the ball with Eric Moore, and then a couple passes there to David Westrick and Samo Pitts. The defense, they've been holding up good, allowing only 2 scores so far. So if the defense can hold up and the offense kind of take over, I think we can come out of this game with a win.
Yeah, and you know, I think I speak for all of us when I say that the defense kind of looked a little bit shaky early, but they really found their own. They were really able to adjust to Hampton's offense, and as the Mustangs' offense started to roll in, you know, they were able to put up that score late in the first half. So see if the Mustangs can build off that momentum and get the lead at their own.
Yeah, going on what you said, Jake, the Mustangs did start out a little shaky there at the beginning of the game. With Hampton had about maybe 10 running plays on their first drive of the game, and that resulted in a touchdown. So I think if the Mustangs stop that, I think we can come out really good out of the locker room.
And as Franzi is warming up, we have a little under 2 minutes to go for the second half to start. And, you know, someone we haven't seen much made a very big play, Darian Nelson. We've heard so much talk about him being such a big playmaker. Haven't seen him get the ball in his hands too much, and now, you know, we saw him make a big play. I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, Justino, if the Mustangs continue to feed him the ball and just let him make some big plays.
Yeah, I think he's been an impact player so far throughout the game, and he could be an even bigger impact player if he starts getting the ball more as a running back or as a wide receiver. He's been playing very well so far.
You know, another guy we haven't seen much, and I don't think he got a reception last week, but Samo Pitts. And as I mentioned earlier, he does have right around 25 yards per catch. He did get 1 reception this game, but we haven't seen him utilized too much the past couple weeks. So I'm excited to see if the Mustangs are just going to test him deep, or they're just going to try to get the ball in his hands, make him have a big play. So I'm kind of interested to see how the Mustangs open up here.
For the second half, do you guys expect them to lean more into that rushing or try to air raid them so far?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep the ball in Eric Moore's hands. That's been kind of the story here for the past few weeks or however many, and people like Nicholas Odom, whenever Eric Moore is hurt, has been playing very well. So I think the run blocking has been doing a good enough job to where they could utilize the run game with Eric Moore.
I'm going to go back to last year. Towards the end, they started to lean into that a lot more and make some big plays to Brooks. I know Brooks is out this week, but we got some other receivers. Maybe see if they can make some of an impact here.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of having a lot of depth at receiver. You know, Logan Brooks is such an impactful player, and it really hurts that he's out. But it's not the end of the world because you have all these people that can step up and make big plays.
Well, I was never that great at color, but looks like we're finally ready to get back onto the field. So
it looks like Brock Borgo will be there for the kick here. And the kick will be underway, and it's going to be a squib kick. It's going to be fielded by, I believe, Westrick. He's going to make a cut up the middle. He's going to get down right around the 50-yard line. Nice return by Westrick.
that Mustang special teams always been a specialty, even through the struggling teams over the past decade, all the way to last year.
Yeah, you know, and speed kills, and Westrick has a lot of that, so he was able to make a couple moves, was able to get near midfield, and now the Mustangs have great field position.
Interesting choice with the halftime squib kick. Just usually that's kind of a strategic play. I don't know what the strategy was going for there.
They have been doing that all game, though, so I don't know if that's just what they do, or I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's been kind of a common occurrence.
Sean Franzi's under center with just Eric to his right. Left.
Franzi will take the snap. Eric Moore will get the carry and is burst up the middle, breaks a couple tackles. He is going to get tackled right around the 30-yard line. Another big play by the Mustangs as we start the second half.
Eric Moore has just been all over the field tonight, defensively, offensively. He seems to be the Mustangs' best player so far this game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Justino, as he burst through another big gain.
Might have been like the opposite of what they were last play.
Looks like they originally showed blitz. They're backing off now. Franzi will take the snap. He's looking to throw, and that's a Mo Pitts, but he just misses him by a little bit. So now it will be 2nd and 10. All right, so what do you guys think so far? Do you think the Mustangs should just keep pounding it on the ground, or do you think they should try to go through the air a little bit more like they did last play?
I mean, you definitely got to go to the air to a bit, because eventually that Hampton defense, as dominant as they have been, as we see in the scores in front of us, shut out 7 points in their last 2 games. They're eventually going to catch on to that, so you got to try to mix it in a bit, but also if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and they will have Eric Moore in the backfield here.
Yeah, with the way they line up, it looks like they're going to hand it off to him.
Franzi takes the snap, and they are going to hand it off to Moore, who finds a lane up the middle for a nice 5 or 6 yards there. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Eric Moore has near like 6 yards of carry so far this season. It just seems like every time he gets the ball, he gets some sort of positive yardage, and right there you saw him get 6 yards there.
He's a big kid, just runs right up the middle, challenges that defense, try to bring me down.
Yeah, it appears that Eric Moore may be one of the taller running backs we've seen so far this year.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like sometimes he's the tallest guy on the field. And that will be a flag. There was movement up front. And they are going to call a false start on the Mustangs, so that will bring them back to a 3rd and long. That's not something you want to see here, 3rd and 9, but the Mustangs have a lot of plays they can run here just because of the versatility on offense. And, you know, it's going to keep Hampton on their toes. Westrick is all alone on the right side of the screen. Franzi takes the snap. He's looking to throw, rolls out to the right. Desperation throw to Nelson, but they just couldn't connect, and that will be a 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like Nelson just flat out dropped that ball. I don't know if it was a bad. It didn't look like a bad throw there by Franzi.
Also, a great play by Franzi. They had him immediately, and he still managed to make something out of it. And even though it didn't connect, it's better than just taking a sack.
Yeah, I agree, because the field goal is long enough as it is, and with a freshman kicker, you know, you don't have the opportunity as much as you would with a Reed Martin. So it does look like they are going to go for it, 4th and 9. So
interesting choice. I guess I'm spoiled by the old having Reed Martin behind the back for every kick when you can make it anywhere.
And they're going to give it to Pitts, who's going to fumble the ball here, and it looks like it will be in the hands of the Hampton defense.
Oh. as bad as that kind of looks, they're going to get the ball in that same spot anyway, so.
Yeah, even if he was tackled, you know.
Bit of harm, no real foul in the end of it. So Hampton's going to take over, give or take their 29-yard line.
Yeah, I believe you are right. It is going to be right around the 29 as Hampton's offense approaches the field. I believe we've only seen Hampton get one completion through the air so far, and that was to their playmaking receiver, who was an all-conference player. So let's see if they utilize him a little bit more.
Right now it's an empty backfield, so.
And they are going to hand it off to Borgo here, who's going to find some space up the middle. He will be stopped for a 2nd and short. That was Jack Tonjo on the tackle there.
I don't know if any of you guys are seeing, but Hampton, they're having a lot of players in motion as soon as they snap the ball, and that's who they're automatically giving it to, and it's obviously working. So I don't know why they should change that.
Yeah, just having that empty backfield to kind of like fool the team into thinking you're going past, and even maybe lives out some RPO.
Yeah.
22 again comes around, cuts the corner. He's got some room to run past the first down up to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that will be past the 45. Another first down for Hampton as they're driving down the field here on this drive. And that was Samo Pitts on the tackle there. Looks like Meyer will have a few people in the backfield with him.
I don't know if I've ever seen a setup quite the way they have that, just with the layering.
And Borgo will get the carry here as he looks to find some space on the left, and he will. And he's going to get around 9 yards for a 2nd and short. And again, that was Jack Tonjo on the tackle. I feel like I've said that name a lot. You know, he's been making a lot of tackles. He's been all over the field here in this game.
You know, this short run game isn't quite exciting, but it is a good strategy when all you need is 4 yards per carry. And in high school, these running backs always tend to get just a bit more than that.
Yeah, you're definitely right, Evan, as Hampton stays with the same formation. A lot of people in the backfield there. And they are going to hand it off to Liberto, who's going to get the first down just barely, and that will be past midfield.
Cut by the other running back for our team, Eric Moore. They aren't moving the chains, though, so.
Yeah, I mean.
They're going to mark it 3rd and inches. Oh, now they're moving the chains. There they go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I definitely thought they got the first down.
Yeah, same.
Looks like the side judges are on the same page here. Similar formation here. And they are going to give it, or he's going to keep it himself. Meyer finds some space up the middle. He's going to get tackled for a first down right around the 30.
Yep. Looked like he fooled the line there.
Yeah, and Tommy, like you said before, the guy in motion usually gets the handoff, but it looks like the quarterback saw some open space, just decided to keep it himself. And that was a smart decision as Hampton gets another first down here.
It also appears that their quarterback is very mobile with the ball, too, even though we haven't seen him throw that much, maybe 3 or 4 passes this game, but he can still run with the rest of them.
Yeah, you know, he makes it a threat in the run game no matter who has the ball. They have a man in motion, and he is going to keep it himself again. That's Meyer trying to make a cut on the left, and he does. And he's going to get past the 20, tackled right around the 20.
It's a great hustle there by Eric Moore to tackle him.
Yeah, you know, sideline to sideline. That's the type of speed you need to make those plays to avoid that touchdown. It will be a 2nd and 1. So this is definitely an important down for the Mustangs here. If they can get a stop here, that is going to be 3rd and short. Going to have them expand the playbook a little bit. They will be in a similar formation here. And they are going to fake the handoff again. That's Meyer, who finds some space up the middle. And he's going to get past the 10. And he's going to get in for the end zone, I believe. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It is going to be stopped down at the 1-yard line. So that was a huge break for the Mustangs.
A lot of elusivity there. Almost looked like he was made of rubber.
Myers is doing a great job breaking off every tackle that he can.
Yeah, just spinning right off of him.
Sliding right through the Mustangs defense.
Yeah, you know, most quarterbacks you just teach to get down, but he has that playmaking ability as they hand it off to Liberto for a Hampton touchdown. So that will be 20-7 Hampton. Looks like the field goal unit will be underway. So now that the Mustangs gave up a touchdown, which you kind of didn't want to see because now it's going to be a 2-possession game, how do you guys think they need to respond on offense here?
I mean, I think they definitely need to get the running game going. Get the passing game going a little bit more. I mean, the running game has been working pretty so far, but I mean, passing the ball, we just need to get that going.
Yeah, the only issue with the run game right now is that no matter what, it's going to kill some time off of that clock. So you got to use a bit of the air raid offense in order to get down the field quickly, with it being 6:18 left in this third quarter and down by 2 scores, but also stick with what's working. Don't try to force it.
Yeah, definitely it's been like a really, really fast-paced game, and I think they need to get some passing plays to slow down the game a little bit.
And since the kick was good, it is going to be 21-7 Hampton as the kickoff is underway.
All right, before we get this kickoff, I want to take some time and thank our sponsor, Haribo Gummy Bears. Get them at your local supermarket today.
We appreciate you mentioning that, Tommy, as the kickoff is going to be underway.
Text from Rick Barat. Great job, Tommy. Okay.
Wonder if they're going to squib kick it again. I think they've been doing that almost every kick.
Yeah, you are right, Shane. They are, so I wouldn't be surprised if Borgo just decides to kick a line drive here.
Although after that last kickoff, it didn't quite work. Nonetheless, they go for it again. Other side of the field. Bounces out to about the 30, and he cuts through again, tackled at the 41.
That was Darian Nelson, the freshman.
I saw a very heavy block right behind that. I don't know which side it was on, though. I just saw yellow flying.
Yeah, and that definitely helped. You know, that was a great return. Gets them in great field position. So now, if you're the Mustangs, like I believe I asked you guys earlier, but do you guys think they just need to go out on the ground to start here just to establish that, then go with the passing game?
I do. They have Eric Moore has done a great job breaking off tackles, finding the open zone, and just going.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Tommy. I mean, he's been getting really, really big runs, and that's helped us a lot. I mean, it's wasting the clock a little bit, but it's really, really good plays.
Ramsey will take the snap. They are going to hand it off to Moore, who's going to try to find some space on the left, and he makes something out of nothing, getting around 3 yards there on the play. And that's Logan Schwartz on the tackle.
Yeah, I think we need to pass the ball here because the clock is definitely running less than 6 minutes now.
Yeah, it is a 2nd and long. I wouldn't be surprised if they look to go through the air here. All the receivers are getting pressed, just one cornerback there. They have Thomas in motion, and they are going to fake the handoff, give it to Pitts, but they could not connect there, and it will be a 3rd down.
That was a great play call, just needs to be executed.
Yeah, you know, I like the call there. Give it to your playmakers, have them make big plays, and as I say that, Matt Leone joins us here on the mic. Matt, how do you think the Mustangs have been playing so far, and what do you think they need to do to get back in this game?
I think they've been playing well, and I think they need to keep it on the ground and keep running with Eric Moore because, like our previous drive, the fumble was on a pass play. I would say don't stop the run until they give you a reason to.
And they are going to hand it off to Moore, and he is going to try to find some space, but it looks like it will be a 4th down. So interesting play call there on a 3rd and 7. They do keep it on the ground, and that will cause a 4th down.
4th down, 3.
It does look like the punting team is going to be underway.
Back to receive, number 5, Benny Hasselbeck.
Well, from that drive, it does look like we're going to be keeping it on the ground going forward.
Yeah, depending on what Hampton does, I wouldn't be surprised if they just test them out in the air. You know, time's kind of running out. And Franzi punts that away. It's a nice-looking punt there.
Called a fair catch, but got tapped by the Mustang defender. So that's going to be probably taken out to the 25 on the penalty.
Yeah, so pretty much a touchback. So you're still flipping field, but you'd much rather have it inside the 15 like it was originally.
You know, personally, I think that foul, it's a little iffy. Like, he didn't show that he was purposely meaning to hit him, and I think the ref could have kept it in his pocket if he...
Yeah, and it looked like they were thinking about doing that. It took him a while for him to lay the flag down, but unfortunately it was a penalty, so it will... Hampton will get a better field position here.
Yeah, you kind of lose a bit of leeway whenever you hit him before the ball is even there, so it's... At that point, the ref kind of had no choice, but I do remember going back when I was calling these games, those refs are never quite not blind.
Oh, yeah. I can agree with that from the Highlands game last week. Boy, that was some great officiating.
Oh, they're taking from a kid with a college who had his school literally have a down skip by the referees. Still don't know how that happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's very unpredictable. Like Shane mentioned about last week, we had no idea what happened, like the last play of the game, if Mustangs won or if they were going to extend that down. We had no clue what the refs were calling, but fortunately the Mustangs were able to escape with a win there.
One thing consistent through all levels of sports, the referees are worse than the players. And anyone watching.
I think that's for any sports.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that penalty will bring Hampton to the opposing 35-yard line.
4:38 left in the third quarter for this drive to start.
It looks like they're out of a similar formation. A lot of people near the backfield here as they have a man in motion. Another man in motion. They are going to give it to Borgo here as he gets some space for the first down and a little bit more almost at midfield. And that was Don Byer on the tackle there.
Enough yards for a first down for Hampton.
I think Plum's doing all they can with this
47-yard line.
running game from Hampton. I mean, they just keep pushing with that running game.
Yeah, it looks like the run blocking is very good as they hand it off again to Borgo, who finds some more space up the middle, trucks a man over, and he is going to be past the 20, past the 10, and it is going to be a touchdown Hampton. And that will be a 3-score game here.
Yeah, like you said, Jake, the run blocking is definitely great, and that's what led to their touchdown right there.
Yeah, not to mention, you know, Borgo ran over a guy. It's just, there's nothing you can really do about that. You can't really fault the defense there. It's just, he made such a nice play and was able to find the open space for a touchdown.
Yeah, the defense did all they could on that play. It's just, Hampton wanted to get that touchdown.
Yeah, I always talk about momentum back when I was calling. Metaphorically, the momentum was on Hampton's side, and then quite literally, he had the momentum on that shove down. That kick will be good into the van seats, make it 28-7. 30-second drive. The Mustangs have 4-4 to work with in the third quarter.
It will look to be a very close 14-7 game going into the second half. Hampton scores 14 unanswered after being up 14-0 earlier on. And it looks like the Mustangs are just going to do whatever they can to respond, just get back in this game as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it looks like one of those few times that you don't like the halftime break because it kind of takes away from what you're rolling with for the Mustangs.
Yeah, the Mustangs did have a lot of momentum. I mean, they scored that touchdown to end the half. You know, the student section was all pumped up. Everyone was getting a lot of momentum, and like you said, that halftime kind of stalled all that, and now it's kind of a whole new ball game. So let's see how the Mustangs respond to this. It looks like Borgo will kick it again here, most likely another squib kick.
You know, and as in earlier in the game, we were losing 14-0, like you said, and then we were able to get a drive down there and score a touchdown. So let's just hope we could do it again and continue the momentum.
Yeah, you know, momentum wins a lot of games. You know, you saw the Titans a couple years ago. They were 9-7. The momentum shift they had to end the year got them to a conference championship. So momentum can do crazy things, and if the Mustangs are talented like we know they are, they'll be able to do it. As it's going to be an onside kick, but the Mustangs will recover it.
Okay, he tried to do the McAfee right there, dive on it himself. Luckily, he wasn't able to hang on when he dove it.
Yeah, and even though that was, you know, kind of a nice play call there, it is going to give the Mustangs great field position to start out.
Yeah, it was great awareness all around for Plum to land on it before Hampton could.
It's also the one advantage of that kind of squib kicking because it gives the Mustangs some more ground. But if you're trying to look for something like that, it looks exactly the same.
It looks like the Mustangs will have a similar formation.
They're definitely looking to try to get the momentum to go their way instead of Hampton's way.
Morris in the backfield, he'll take the handoff and get caught behind the line, staying on his feet, but it's not going to be able to gain anything.
Yeah, that will be a 2nd and long. And I'm shocked they're still trying to go on the ground, waste some clock here. You know, you're down 3 scores. You got to get something going. You definitely want to cut the lead to 2 scores before the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Jake. They definitely need to get the passing game going. I think I've said that quite a few times already, but...
And they've shown the ability to get past some of the defenders. It's just a matter of holding onto the ball when it gets to them.
Looks like they will have one receiver on the far left. Franzi waits the snap. He will snap the ball. It's going to be a draw to Moore, but the defense reads it perfectly as he gets stopped for a loss of yards. That was Logan Schwartz on the tackle.
I think right here is a great, like, time to play. Excuse me, to do a play action. You know, I think we're going to give it to Moore because we know from previously he could get a first down whenever it's like this. And, you know, I think we should go deep to Samo Pitts right here.
It looks like Don Meyer will be brought in. He's usually their 3rd down back, it looks like.
Yep. With 4 receivers out wide, it looks like they're going to try to pass for it. Hampton's got that safety right at the first down line trying to contain.
It looks like they're showing blitz here as Franzi takes...
And they're going to get through. Quick pass from Franzi. Down the line. Caught out of bounds, it looks like, though.
That was close.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play, beautiful catch. Just wasn't able to stay within the grounds.
Yeah, you know, and...
Real quick, I actually forget. Is it 2 feet or 1 feet for high school?
I believe
2 feet.
It is 2 feet, you think?
Yeah. Either way, he kind of had to dive out of bounds to get that, so I don't think they would call it regardless.
Well, it looks like they're going to be punting the ball and going to trust their defense.
Yeah, and as unfortunate as this is, it is a 4th and 15. You don't want to get Hampton into a 4-possession lead here.
Also, just hope the Mustangs aren't less aggressive on the punt after last drive's penalty.
And he is going to return it here, try to get something that's Hesselrick, and he's going to get slammed down right around the 20, and that will be a flag. You could see Pitts kind of showing his frustration. He really wanted to make that great catch.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck between, on the one hand, that's actually within the grounds of the game, with where he was out of bounds. Kind of seemed like he could have done that, like should have, needed to. But also, when it looks like that, the refs are gonna lean towards the person getting suplexed.
You know, this is definitely an emotional game, but you gotta, you know, handle your emotions and.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Matt. It's definitely a big game for Plum, but also Hampton at the same time.
Yeah,
or for Plum.
And you know, whenever it looks like a wrestling move, they're gonna call it a flag. So
yeah.
Yeah, this is football, not wrestling. You throw the ball.
Yeah.
No suplexes.
And Meyer is going to keep it himself, find some space on the right, but it will get shut down quickly.
That one was almost a suplex again, just a bit better off. Brock Lesnar was a football player, but he tried to keep those worlds separated.
Yeah, and it looks like it will be a 2nd and long. Hampton's trying to get their play situated here.
Marked as a gain of 2.
They are going to have Hesselrig far on the left. I'm surprised they haven't really utilized him too much this game.
Puts the one man in motion, and overcomes the second dude. Hands it off.
He will find some space up the middle, trying to get...
Stays on his feet, past the 50. One man to beat, basically, but he's going to get caught by him. Still going forward down to about the 25.
If I'm not mistaken, that does look to be the same play that they are running to get these big chunk plays.
Yeah, both on the same sides. I mean, like I always say, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. For Hampton, it seems to be working all year.
Yeah, and you know, he just would not get down. That was Borgo. He trucked the man earlier in getting that touchdown. It's just, not one guy is going to be able to take him down. He's just such a big running back there.
Yeah, and when you have two options with it, give it to the running back who's made of cement or give it to the quarterback made of rubber. It's an interesting dynamic against the defense.
And he's going to hand it off to number 28, and he's going to find some space on the right. But
flag on the play.
Flag.
So it's going to be a touchdown, but it looks like the call is going to be against Hampton just based on the placement.
Yeah, I believe it was holding.
I think that gets called back. That's not a touchdown.
Yeah, I didn't quite see anything. Just the way the refs are speaking, the ball's coming back right now. Holding on the offense.
So that will be a 10-yard penalty, and it will be 1st and 20, I believe, if it is a 10-yard penalty. So it's going to back them up a little bit.
Coming towards the end of the third quarter with 50 seconds remaining.
You know, I think Plum needs to, just keep their heads up, even though we're down 2 scores and we're right back in this game.
Yeah, turnover is definitely huge here. You want to get as much momentum as you can.
Hey, at all times, it just takes one play.
They do have a man in motion. Similar play style here.
Calls the second man over and hands it off to him again.
He is going to get stopped down in his tracks a little bit.
One thing about both of these teams, they just won't quit. They just keep coming on every play 100%.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to see. You know, it is a 3-score game. The Mustangs have every reason just to fold and not compete here, but they're doing everything they can because they know how momentum works and they know that they can get back in any lead here.
Yeah, although it's a 28-7 game, we still have another quarter. That leaves all the room in the world for a comeback for Plum.
Yeah, and as the rain's starting to pour down, that's going to have some effect on the passing game here. So the play call is going to be just a little bit different, but I definitely see the Mustangs doing everything they can to get some big plays going once they get on offense. All right, and now we have Mr. LaVarse joining us. Mr. LaVarse, how do you think the Mustangs have been playing so far?
This has been a real fun game to watch so far, guys. I know we have 1 quarter left and they're down 3 scores, but as you guys were saying, with the rain coming down here, this is turnover time right here. Balls get a little bit slippery. Balls bounce out of hands if you try pass downfield, so we'll be looking for a turnover. And one thing I wanted to bring up and hop on the mic real quick as we welcome honored alum Evan Smith into the broadcast here for your 3rd quarter and in your 4th. I really think, guys, this is the most professional high school student-run broadcast in the Pittsburgh area. I can't say enough about what these guys do. Those of you enjoying it right now on the live stream at home, those of you who are watching it at a later date, I really think you're getting the best. These guys set up the equipment with the help of Mr. Barat. They're trained by Mr. Barat, but they're truly running everything tonight, and they're doing such a great job, including keeping the stats, being prepared, professional, and hopefully everybody at home's enjoying it. And I just wanted to give a shout out to all the people here that are helping out tonight, the TV crew. Great job, gentlemen.
We definitely appreciate Mr. LaVarse as the Mustangs get back on the field here.
Takes a very professional group to get a Haribo sponsorship.
Yeah, as Mr. LaVarse said, this is turnover time, and both teams are going to be looking for turnovers, and I think we're going to definitely be looking for a turnover here, try to force a fumble.
They're going to give it quick to Hesselrig, who's going to get some space on the right, but it's going to get quickly shut down.
What is the size listed for him? Because he just looks gigantic.
The receiver?
Yeah, Hasselrig.
Unfortunately, we do not know.
Yeah, there's nothing listed on our papers.
Looked like there might have been a little lightning right there, but
Yeah, I think you're right. I did see some light flashing. And we've seen number 28 Christian, or my apologies, number 28 Jacob Pernick here.
3rd down and 17.
They have a man in motion, and he's going to throw the ball, scramble a little bit to the left. He's looking to go deep, and he has a man in double coverage, but it will be incomplete.
It kind of looked like he dived a bit there, trying to maybe feign a pass interference call. And I'll be honest, they fooled me.
There were 2 people on him. That was close to being picked, too. And that's unusual for Hampton. They just went 2 passing plays in a row.
Yeah, you know, got out of their comfort zone out of their comfort zone a little bit as they were pushed back through the penalties. And I believe the offense is still on the field because I don't think their quarterback has been punting it.
I also wouldn't be surprised if they are going.
Yeah, that is a puzzling call with this length of a distance, and also you'd think you'd be close to field goal range at least.
And they're going to fake the handoff, looking to throw, and they are going to. And he's going to be complete by Liberto, who's going to get past the 10, and it looks like he is in for the touchdown. So it will be 34-7 Hampton.
The Mustangs are just too much aiming for the ball there, jumped a bit early, and it allowed the receiver there to just be wide. Yeah. They had him covered pretty well, and then they just went for the wrong target.
Yeah, and that was the running back Liberto. He just found a safety valve and was able to make a big play out of it. It looks like Borgo will be here for the kick. The kick is up, and it is good. So it will be 35-7 Hampton. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I did not expect this. Hampton came out, put up 21 unanswered points, and I think the Mustangs have been playing great defense, and like all of a sudden the momentum kind of shifted. So what do you think the Mustangs need to do here now that it is a 4-possession game, still 11 minutes left to go?
Well, I think try to mix it up a little bit, try to get different plays going, and maybe even use more players that you haven't gotten to use a bit more all season, you know? Try to get newer players in there.
You're reaching the situation where it might be smart just to take some risks.
Yeah.
Throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks. Best case scenario, you get some plays downfield. Worst case scenario, I mean, it's a pretty tough task anyway.
You know, like you said, how our defense was playing really good. We are holding them under like they won against Valley. I think that was like 40-0, and then Fox Chapel 53-3.
Yeah, you know, I don't think the Mustangs have been playing bad. It's just been very unfortunate with the momentum and everything. It looks like Borgo will kick it off here.
Okay, that was definitely lightning that time.
Yeah, I definitely saw the flash of light there. And this is probably the farthest kick they've had so far as Samo Pitts returns it past the 25. He's looking to get something going here. It will be stopped just before the 35.
Brought down by number 43, James Harris.
It looks like Pitts is having a hard time getting up, and they're going to have the trainers get on the field to take a look at him.
It also looks like number 3, if I'm not mistaken, that's Jack Tongo, who's limping and on the sideline and now taking a knee.
This is a really bad injury for the Mustangs. For that receiving corps already missing their ace in Brooksy. So to be hopeful for Samo, this isn't quite as bad.
Yeah, and you just never want to see an injury, especially if he's having a hard time getting up, and we just hope for the best.
It looked like he was targeting his ankle there, so that's so many ways that can go, and they all pretty much look the same.
Yeah, Pitts is definitely a tall guy, and they just wanted to get his weakness kind of, and they were able to.
The lights just went out.
Yeah, we just lost a light. I saw a flash behind the stadium. I didn't know what it wasn't like lightning, and then that happened. So
2 or 3 lights went out actually.
Oh, on our side too. See, our high school's kind of like interesting in how the power grids work.
Yeah.
Because I think we have 3 on the high school alone. And then another one for my house up the street that never works. But
Yeah, I know some of the lights are on a timer, and at a certain time they get off. I don't know if someone forgot to change something, or I'm not really too sure. I don't know if it works for all the lights and just something wrong's happening.
it also looks like some of the parking lights are out, so I think it might just be like a straight up power issue.
Yeah.
Because we mentioned there was some lightning around, so.
And there was another lightning right there in the clouds.
Something to do with the lightning and the rain, definitely.
Decaying light.
But I guess both teams are just going to go into the huddle.
It'll be interesting to see what the refs call for here, because like that side of the field from our angle doesn't look too bad, but when you're on the field, that might be an issue for play. They are calling the coaches over to speak.
Yeah, you know, especially in a sport like that I've played in baseball, you definitely need some lights going. It's just impossible to see whenever it's dark. And like you said, we definitely have a clear view. We think it all looks good, but it could be very dark there.
And it does look like they are going to continue to play this game. And
as long as these other ones stay on.
Yeah, I guess they decided that it's not that big of a factor because there's still more lights.
And it looks like Eric Moore will be in the backfield again. And they have Nelson in motion. Francie will take the snap, give it to Nelson. It's kind of a trick play there for Westrick, who couldn't get anything going there, and as he will be down for a loss of yards.
Although that we didn't get that many yards on that play, it's still a nice play to see. I like seeing trick plays every once in a while.
You know, and I think it is that time in this game, especially with the score, where we are going to try those like 50-50 plays and see what works, see what doesn't work, and if anything, this game is really good to see, you know, what's our strengths on offense and defense and where the holes are, and just train the team for next week.
You know, I couldn't have said it better. You know, they got to try anything, see if they can use it, like you said, in the next week or so. It looks like they'll have a similar formation. As the lights get back on, Francie will take the snap, give it to Moore, and he will get some yards up the middle, still third down.
Wrong field, but nonetheless.
And it looks like the rain has stopped a little bit. So it's good to see the lights get back on. And it looks like their third down back, Don Byer, will be back on the field. And it looks like Anthony Irwin also checks in.
Third and long, I think we're going to be going to the passing play here.
Seems like a bit of confusion on the call right now, but looks like they got it settled.
Yeah, it looks like they're still going over the play here. Irwin is all alone on the left, so see if they look to hit him quick as they call the play dead.
And delay a game on the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's going to push them back even farther, so it'll be a third and much longer.
Another Whippy Watson, 10, Stratford 12, Gateway 10 at half.
And it looks like they are going to be pushed back. Don Byer will still remain in the backfield. And Westrick will be all alone on the left side of our screen. They have Thomas in motion. Franzi will take the snap. He is going to hand it off to Byer. He's not going to get anywhere near the first down, as it will be a fourth.
Dominic Byer on the carry.
Almost looked like that wasn't the play, and Franzi with a little bit of confusion in the backfield.
Yeah, I thought he was going to fake the handoff, look for a play action, but it doesn't look like it was meant to be there, and it looks like they are going to punt it.
Back to receive number 5, Benny Hasselrig.
And Benny Hasselrig is going to be back there for the return. And it is going to be a low snap. Franzi hangs on, and he is going to punt it. And they are going to let it go, and it's going to be down right around the 32, 33-yard line. And Tommy, now that you're back on the headset, how do you think the Mustangs need to respond here? They're now down by 4 scores. Very unfortunate situation. What do you think the Mustangs just need to do now?
I just think they should have fun out there, try their best. It's going to be pretty hard for them to come back down 7 to 35. Try to keep up the good defense, good offense. May throw the ball out, may try some new plays. But yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, it looks like they are gonna figure some stuff out here. Nelson gets off the field as the Mustangs start their defensive possession here.
We just tilted up to
It looks like they're gonna have Samo Pitts there as a deep safety, so very interesting setup here. And there is gonna be a flag.
False start on the offense.
You are correct, as it is going to be a false start on Hampton, as we see another flash of lightning.
You know, I think. I'm sorry to
No,
interrupt
you can go first. Don't worry about it.
I think at this point in the game, with 8 minutes left, with this lightning, I think they're just going to have them play through it, and unless it's like terrible or you can't play through it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Matt. I'm glad that it's coming in the later quarters, like in the last quarter instead of at the beginning of the game, because, you know, it's better to happen. Like, I don't want it to happen at all, but it's better to happen at the end of the game instead of start at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, definitely would have called for a delay, so they're just going to have them finish it out here. He is going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off. And he is going to get a couple yards. That is going to be number 28 there, Jacob Premick, on the carry. He has been more of a fullback this game. He has been getting some carries and doing a lot with them, but there we see him there. So it looks like Hampton's going to do a little bit of switching here on offense.
And I don't think they're going to switch up their play calls that much. I think they're going to just continue to run it, waste the clock. I mean, there's not much they really need to do in this game. They're already up 4 scores.
They're going to hand it off to Premick again, who finds some space up the middle. Gets a nice carry for around 5 or so yards. That will be a 4th down. So it looks like Hampton is going to punt it here.
4th down, 3.
Looks like Westrick is back there for the return.
Westrick back to receive the punt.
Usually we'll see Westrick back on the kickoff return with someone like Samo Pitts or Logan Brooks. But here he's out for the punt return. I haven't seen that much. Have you guys?
I haven't. I know David Westrick. When we were in elementary school, he was always #1 track star, always the fastest. So I want to see if David Westrick can try to break off some tackles here on the return, and maybe we can get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and if he makes the most of it here, maybe we'll see him there more often. The punt is underway. It looks like Westrick is going to return it here. So he's going to try to find some space, and he does on the left. Looking to make some plays, and he's going to go up through the left side, brought down right near midfield. And like we mentioned, he made a big play there, and he was able to use his speed to get near midfield. He was brought down by Liberto there.
My question is do you put Santino in right now? You know, you're down. You only have 6 minutes left. Why don't you put Santino in and get him some reps?
I would not be shocked if they do that. And it looks like Francie will be back on the field, so they might just let him go the rest of the game.
They did always have that half-and-half game, sort of towards the beginning of the season. They had one half they play Santino, one half they play Franzi.
Yeah, in the last couple weeks we've seen Franzi a lot more. And he is going to throw it to Westrick, who is going to hang on for a couple yards. Nice play by Westrick.
I like how they're getting David Westrick involved more in the play calls. Like, that was a great catch.
You know, and I think at this time of the game, that is the proper play. Go short. Don't try to get deep and get all these points back in one play.
It looks like Nick Odom will be there as the tailback as Franzi stays in. And they have a similar formation here. Franzi takes the snap, and it's a high one, and he gives it off to Odom, who's going to find some space. And he looks like he was close to the first down.
I think he got the first down there, Jake.
Yeah, I believe you're right. And let's see what the line judges say.
If not, it's going to be 4th and inches.
It will be third and very short.
Third, my bad.
No, you're good. And it looks like they're not going to do much substitution here, as we see very familiar faces. Looks like Pitts and Nelson will be on the left side of your screen, as Westrick and Thomas will be on the right. Frenzy gets the snap here. Gonna give it to Odom, who fumbles the ball. And let's see who they call it. I believe it is Hampton's football. And the refs are gonna call it Hampton's ball, so they will get the football right past midfield. And now we have Justino joining us here. Justino, how do you think the Mustangs defense needs to do here? Obviously, they're not in the greatest of situations, but do you think they need to do anything just to kind of prepare them for next week?
I think they're doing a great job right now, but in terms of later in the season, I think this is one of those struggling games. But I think they've been playing very well on defense, and you look to get a turnover here if you can for the Mustangs, give you some momentum going into next week.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of good things to say here. There were no picks thrown. We just saw that one fumble, maybe another. Not many turnovers. It's just they couldn't cash in, as there is some mix-up on the snap there, and he will get down for a lot of yards. That was number 13, Adrian Midgley there as the quarterback.
You know, I think that was really good because of the bad snap, and previously in the game we had that bad snap that ended up they returned for a touchdown. So
if I'm Morgan going into the locker room, I just got to work on stopping the running plays. They had keeping up with the guy in motion, and that's causing Plum to get all these yards, giving up all these yards because of the guy in motion's always coming over, taking the ball and just running.
That was number 25, Mike Morgano on the carry. So we are seeing some new faces for Hampton here on offense. That was Don Byer on the tackle.
Yeah, Plum has not seen much passing in this game, which is strange because a lot of the other teams they faced have passed quite a bit, actually a lot at the time.
Yeah, you know, we have seen that, and it's not uncommon to see high schoolers run the ball a lot, as the play is going to be called dead here, and they are going to throw a flag. Looks like they are going to call false start. So it is going to be a third and even longer. I don't know about you guys, but the ref putting down the football, I've never seen him carry so many flags before, so it looks like they all kind of knew. It looks like Hampton's in the formation to just run the clock out here. And Midgley gets the snap. He is going to hand it off. And he will be stopped for nothing, so it will be a fourth down for Hampton. It looks like they're going to look to punt here.
That's a good stop right there by the Mustangs on defense and running the ball. They had a great stops there by the running attack, which you like to see finishing out a game.
Now Shandon Walsh on the stop there. As you do see the punt team get out there. And it looks like Westrick will be back there for the return, so let's see if he can break another big one and kind of solidify himself as the punt returner. And the punt is underway. It's going to be another high punt. Looks like Westrick's back there to return it. And he's going to make a cut to the right, trying to take someone down, but he is going to get past the 20-yard line. That was Brock Borgo on the tackle there. So now there is going to be about 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter as the Mustangs take the field on offense. It looks like they are going to spot the ball right around the 21-yard line.
Not terrible, yeah.
So not horrible field position there, but you'd like to see a little bit better. that is going to be a carry. It looks like they are going to call it a first down from what the side judges are saying. And there will be around 2 minutes left to go in the game. And right now we have Johnny joining us. Johnny, how do you think the Mustangs have performed so far in this game? Obviously, the results aren't what we wanted, but what good do you have to say about the Mustangs right now?
Defensively, I feel like we maybe could have done a little better job stopping the run. I mean, offensively, I think there were things there. I think it's a bunch of little things that they need really to lock down on, just like making reads, snapping the ball was a factor. There's a few bad snaps that was a cause of a fumble and a couple sacks. Other than that, I mean, there's really not much to say. There's a flag on the play. Along with the flag on the play, I feel as if Mustangs may have had a little too many laundry left on the field, if you know what I mean. Mustangs, I think, had at least a couple penalties each quarter, and that's something you can't really do if you're trying to win a football game, and that can really hurt you as offense and defensively. Special teams, there were a couple penalties as well, but other than that, I mean, I feel as if the Mustangs just need a couple little things to clean up, and next week I'm sure they'll be able to do the job. What about you, Tom?
Wow, way to put me on the spot there, Johnny. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I think the Mustangs, they're going to, pretty sure they're just going to come out of this one with a loss, 19 seconds left. But I think they're going to work on a little stuff in practice and come back, hopefully trying to get another win streak going.
All right, Justino, what do you have to say about this game so far? Obviously, the results aren't what we wanted. Hampton was going to be a good team coming in. Obviously, they were 6-0 going into this game. Just how do you think the Mustangs have performed?
I think the Mustangs fared very well rushing the ball. I think missing number 77, Jordan Major, was massive in the interior, as obviously Hampton may have one of the best rushing attacks in the Whitfield right now. It looks like they have about 4 or 5 guys that can just go out there and run for 100 yards every game.
Yeah, you know, it was definitely a tough loss, but obviously there's so much good to say about today, even if the results weren't what you wanted. We know what works, we know what doesn't. Obviously, the run game has been a huge factor in the offense today. Unfortunately, the passing game couldn't get going like we saw last week. But overall, I don't think the Mustangs played a bad game like the score indicates. I think there's a lot of good to come out of this game, and I'm still really excited to see how they perform the rest of this game. So, do you guys have anything else to say right now?
Nope, I think that's all. Johnny?
Tom, what do you think about on the other side of the ball? How do you think Hampton played this game?
I think Hampton did a great job. Mustangs did a great job on defense. Yeah, the Talbots did a good job run game. I really didn't see any big passes on them, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had the number 5, Benny Hasselrig, was a big playmaker for the Talbots coming into this game, and I mean, they may not have needed him at times, but I feel as if we handled him pretty well. I mean, there were a few passes here and there that, you know, that were some small targets, but other than that, I feel as if we kept him locked down pretty well. But on the other side, you know, rushing the ball, the Talbots, like Justino was saying, their depth at running back was absolutely incredible. I feel as if like they have at least 3 or 4 guys that could be a starter on varsity on any team, and that's something that you need or would love to have on a football team. And you know, with the depth like that at running back, that leads to big games at running the ball, and that's exactly what the Talbots did. They pounded the run, and they were able to do so, and Mustangs unfortunately weren't able to really stop that much. And along with all the running backs, the quarterback did a lot of on his feet as well. Other than that, I mean, I think it's just a couple little things the Mustangs need to clean up, and I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, and I appreciate all your guys' insight. And before we end the broadcast here, I just wanted to mention that if anyone was interested in a sponsorship for commercial activities, please scan the QR code on the screen. And these sponsorship opportunities are a way for businesses and or individuals to gain exposure in the community, to dedicate a specific facility or area within the district that holds a special place of remembrance, or even for an organization to assist the district in achieving its strategic goals. And thank you all for watching. It's going to be Hampton 35, Mustangs 7, and thank you, and we'll see you guys next week.